Right, so this is actually a build I've been working on for a very, very long time. It's still not quite there because the Memento backpack I have is terrible. But I wanted something that would work well against Black Tusk. I got really bored of them having the little healy platforms and then the robots running around and then the drones spam and then the grenade spam. So I wanted something that could basically try and cover as many of my bases as much as possible, as quick and easy as possible, etc, etc, etc. And this is the end result. It is not the most damage in the world, however when you build up enough memento stacks and aim for headshots it's pretty on par. It has skill capability using the Jammer Pulse, and solo I run the Reviver Hive because I like to do what's called tactical kill myself, which is when I'm running low on armor, can't be bothered to armor up, so I let myself die, and that basically seems to, because of the skill tier I'm at, I basically get all my armor back, which is lovely and really does help out. So there we are. Obviously a tactical down coming up any second now. Look at that. This will revive me because I was basically really low on armor and health, and because of the skill tier, look at that, done. And then I can boop. It's quite entertaining. If you're running in a group, the Restorer Hive is actually a pretty good shout. You can also, interestingly enough, run Booster Hive, or well, anything you want really. The Reviver Hive actually, if you stick with it, does actually come with like 5 revives as long as it doesn't revive you. You can only get 1, which I think is cheating. But if you're reviving others, you get like 5 of them. It's quite entertaining. You also get a hell of a lot of CC, as well as a bit of damage done to the Robo-Doggos, Warhounds, the mini-tanks, and you can basically turn off the healing on the backpacks of the heavies, as well as just destroy the little drone buggers that just spam drones at you on repeat, which are really, really annoying. Now, a conflicting part here is, if you plan on just sort of using this sort of build solo, you're going to want skill damage because it will just do more. However, if you're playing in a group or use it in a group, you're going to want status effect. The reason behind this is the duration of the disrupt is affected by status effect. So the higher status effect you have, the longer that disrupt. This keeps things down or disrupted and a bit dizzy or whatever for longer. Also means that the Robo-Doggos will be down for longer, because by yourself you're not going to have enough damage to kill them anyway with the Pulse Jammer. But if you can keep them down for longer, you can shoot them for longer. See how that works? It's quite weird. Solo, this makes a complete mockery of all the Black Tusk missions. I've run this through basically all of them and it's been absolutely fine. On Legendary, it struggles solo, it really does, but it is a nice sort of little team support. Typically you would have someone, if you that way inclined, would have someone running a healer or someone running with like a Jammer Pulse anyway, but it's being that you can sort of fit into like a mini go-between does actually work. You don't have to use the Jammer as well, you could use the sticky EMP for more direct use. The possibilities are endless. It is pretty useless against every other faction other than Black Tusk though, so yeah, this is literally just my go-to Black Tusk build now. Like, it just makes them quite trivial and easy. Some of the heavies are still a bit of a problem just because it's not a full red build. I think I've got 3 red, I've got effectively 6 yellow and 1 blue because of the weapon we are using and at the rate we can actually kill things. So we basically are permanently always on effectively skill tier 6 with the possibility to overcharge every 90 seconds. We're also not particularly tied to a certain specialization. I forgot the word there, I am sorry. I am running Technician just because when playing in multi, you typically can't always get all of the kills. So with Technician, we only need 2 kills to be at skill tier 6. Beyond that, we're overcharging, and if we get more kills, we'll be at skill tier, obviously it doesn't exist, but skill tier 7. But when playing solo, it's entirely up to you. I only say go Technician simply because in multiplayer it's less work for you to do. You haven't got to get 3 kills on repeat to get your skill tier 6 as well as your overcharge. But it's really up to you on what specialization you would like to run. I would actually suggest Gunner if you are gonna go that way, simply because where you're not dealing as much damage, this build does have some issues with ammo consumption. So overall, getting a little bit of ammo return every now and then might not be that bad of an idea. Just gonna punch that guy to death just because he deserved it. He said something about my mum. Yeah. Anyway, overall DPS, like I said, isn't that great. We get to just under the 3 mil. Takes us like 2 magazines to kill and name delete. And we are not running the best AR in the game. You could run a different AR and still just go with the talent, future perfect. But I am running Mechanical Animal just because I got a God Roll one. Also want to test out the weapon. I think the skin for it looks pretty damn cool as well. But for headshots, we do get some decent-ish damage. It's not that great. My accuracy's worse though. It's entirely up to you on how you want to do this. Anyway, for the build, we are obviously running Technician, like I said. It's up to you if you want to run that. I'm just doing it because it puts us at skill tier 4 naturally. And then with the perfect, future perfect, whatever we call it, we can basically get to skill tier 6 in 2 kills. Third kill will be our overcharge, rather than have to do 3 kills, and then another kill would be our overcharge. It's not that bad of a weapon, and I actually kind of like just launching missiles at things from time to time, so it's kind of fun. And we do have the big boy Scorpio just in case something does want to come and give us a little poke when we don't want them to. Overall though, as you can see, we are running a Gruppo mask, crit chance, crit damage, obviously. A Fenris chest with Obliterate, crit chance, crit damage. A Cheska holster, crit chance, crit damage. And that's basically the basis of our weapon side. So we're actually pretty good crit chance. Crit damage is a bit low. I think we're at like 55% crit chance, and crit damage is like 120. Not too great. And then obviously Le Memento. We are running crit mods and a stability mod on the weapon. I did want to go with Spotter, but for some odd reason, despite the size of the weapon, the barrel is short, so we can't use the tech laser, which is another reason I initially went Technician with this as well. Anyway, Memento backpack obviously needs a bit of work, but getting those stacks up is handy. Now with the Contractor's Gloves and Fox's Prey, you need these to roll with status effects or skill damage depending on how you want to go. I would suggest status effects so that you can change the core to yellow, and I would suggest doing it on these because the damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover are huge damage boosts, so you can sort of lose a red core or 2. But like I said, the Scanner Pulse, not the greatest amount of cooldown, but it is, the duration of the Disrupt is affected by status effects, not skill damage, which is weird, I won't lie. But that's why I've gone with status effects, so we'll get a longer duration of the enemy being disrupted. And that just about does it for this build. Anyway, Have fun, good luck, don't die. This really does actually help with Black Tusk. Like, really does, honestly. Don't die, it's bad for the health.